Hello friends, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the weekly lecture that we have. And friends, this is on previous year questions of plantation and horticulture, especially for NABARD grade A. So these are the questions that were asked in NABARD grade A exam from plantation and horticulture topic. Friends, if you are new to our channel, I request you to kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get the daily dose of notifications, the videos which we upload, or the lectures we take, all that regarding any competitive exam, be it RBI grade B or NABARD grade A or NABARD grade B, SEBI grade A, etc. And friends, also kindly join our Telegram channel so that you can get your daily dose of the free material that we upload on Telegram channel, so that that can be used for the preparation of your various competitive exams. So friends, here comes the NABARD grade A 2020 selections, EduTap Hall of Fame. We have achieved 65 selections out of 69. And friends, we have already started with the interviews of these toppers, and I request you to kindly go through them. They might help you in preparing your own preparation strategy for the exam, or these are otherwise highly motivating. The stories of these toppers, how they have planned, what were the setbacks they had while preparation, and then how they overcame them, etc. So friends, here I have an important announcement to make. We are running a super dhamaka offer for RBI grade B 2021, where we are offering a flat 40% off on RBI grade B 2021 courses. You can use the code dhamaka40 for the same, and this is valid till 28th Feb 2021. If you or any of your friends are interested in availing this offer, this is the right time. So friends, here comes the first question. The eyes of potato are useful for, see, these are useful for vegetative propagation, and as you can see, these are the eyes. Now what are these eyes? These are nothing but the buds. See, as you all know, potato is a tuber which is nothing but a bulged stem. So wherever the internodes are there, that are these structures from where the buds develop. These are the eyes. So these can be removed as a part of that, and then that if sown, that will give rise to a new plant. So friends, here comes the next question. Extensive areas of grape cultivation in France, they are especially called as, vineyards. And this, friends, France is very famous for its quality wine, and they have extensive grapes cultivation, and the cultivation of grapes there in the form of in the extensive areas, they are called as vineyards. Friends, here comes the next question. What is the season for banana in garden land? See, banana is grown in various types of places wherever the climate and soil is suitable. For example, the garden lands. Next is hilly areas. Next is wetlands. And next is the type of culture, tissue culture bananas. So here the garden lands in which these are grown, they are grown in Jan to February. During that time, this is the perfect season for growing banana in garden lands. And in hilly areas, either April to May or June to August. This is a time bananas can be grown. When it comes to wetlands, here is Feb to April or and April to May. This is the time this can be grown. And tissue culture, the bananas that has been raised through tissue culture, that is a vegetative propagation. Here these can be grown throughout the year except during low temperature, wherein they can't survive. These tissue cultured bananas can't survive. Otherwise, This can be grown in wide variety of areas, and garden lands not only Jan to February. This is what the option was given. There's one more time that can be grown, that is November to December. Friends, here comes the next question. Which branch of agriculture deals with ornamental plants? See friends, agriculture is, or can be classified into various types of. One is horticulture. So here one of the branches horticulture. Now horticulture is can be again put into various sub-disciplines. They are arboriculture, which it study of selection, planting, care and removal of individual trees, shrubs, vines and other perennial woody plants. Next is floriculture, all about flowers. Landscape horticulture, where about landscape, production, marketing and maintenance of landscape plants. For example, berberis, thunbergy. These are the landscape plants that we generally observe. Next is olericulture, all about vegetables. Pomology, all about fruits. Viticulture, all about grapes, production and marketing of grapes to be precise. Oenology, all aspects of wines and winemaking. And the next is post-harvest management or post-harvest technology. Here maintaining the quality and also preventing the spoilage of horticulture crops post its harvest. So these are the various sub-disciplines of horticulture that can be observed. Here comes the next question. Which vegetable has the sensitive stage from bulb formation to maturity? As you can see, bulb formation can be observed in onion or garlic. So here as per the options given, the correct answer is onion. As you can see, these are the bulbs, that is nothing but the leaf sheath. If this is a leaf, it has a leaf sheath at bottom. This will store the food, and this forms, see all the leaf sheaths of these leaves, they store the food, forming the bulb of onion, or even in the case of garlic also it's same. So friends, here comes the next question. In the regions of Maharashtra, North Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, grapevines are pruned in. They are pruned in two major seasons. One is the winter pruning and the other is summer pruning. Unlike North India, where in grapes only one pruning is done, that too in January. But in Maharashtra, North Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, there are two prunings. Winter pruning, that is done in October, November, and summer pruning, which is also called as back pruning, that is done in March and April. And in Tamil Nadu, it's little bit different. Here winter pruning is done in December almost, and summer pruning is done in June. So as you can see here, winter pruning, which is also called as a forward pruning, it is done during the last week of November in AP and Maharashtra, during second and third weeks of October in Bangalore, around Bangalore, but at any time of month of October in the interior North Karnataka, and in December in Tamil Nadu. And here mature canes are pruned, that is which are about 6 months old. But in summer pruning, only one or two tertiary shoots are retained on secondary shoots, which then give out healthy and stout shoots. But here the mature canes about 6 months old are pruned, and that too as you can see, entire foliage and immature shoots are removed, and the levels of pruning differs with the various varieties of grapes that are being grown. See, for Anab Shahi and Bokri, they are pruned to 5 bud level, but if you come to Thompson seedless, they are pruned to 10 bud level. So like that, as per the type of or the variety of grapes that is being grown, the pruning also differs. Next, friends, coconut can be propagated through which of the following methods? And here the correct answer is seedlings. Seedling is the best method of propagating this coconut. As you can see, this is the coconut seedling, and selected seed nuts are are kept, then they are used for planting. Generally 9 to 12-month old seedlings are used for planting, and select seedlings which have 6 to 8 leaves and 10 to 12 centimeters collar girth. This is the girth, collar girth, when they are 9 to 12 months old. And early splitting of leaves is another criteria in the selection of coconut seedling. So these are the various characteristics of the best coconut seedling that can be picked for planting in the main field. So friends, here comes the next question. Enarching grafting method is practiced in which of the following? See, this is followed or practiced in mango, sapota, etc. Mango especially, this is for practice, though it's quite cumbersome and time consuming. This is the most still, or you can say leading method for commercial propagation of mango plants. And here this is nothing but a type of approach grafting only, wherein you will have one selected shoot which is called as scion of a desired parent tree of, that is a mother plant, with the potted or transplanted seedling, that is the rootstock, by approach grafting. As you can see, a part of it is cut from here from both the sides, and then they are fused, and they are given some time. As you can see here, 1 year old twigs of both the scion and the rootstock are taken. Then a thin slice of the bark is removed. How much? 5 centimeters in length, 7.5 mm in width, and 2 mm deep, not too deep. And then it is removed, and then they are, the two cuts, they are kept close together, approach, their approach, and then they are tied of about alkathene strips or polythene strips, that they are tied tightly and then left for some time. And after about 1 month of operation, the scion below the graft union and rootstock about the graft union, they should be cut in V shape every few days, and at weekly intervals. And then by the time the fourth cut happens, they should be completely detached. As you can see here, this is the scion, hence this is the scion, hence the lowermost part is cut, and this is the rootstock. So here for this uppermost part is cut, so this is the rootstock and this is the scion. So here the grafting has happened and now it grows into a new plant. This is the rootstock and this is the scion. So friends, here comes the last question. Maturity index of jackfruit, which is not as mango. This was a question that was asked very recently in NABARD Grade A Mains 2020 exam. And here the correct answer is, what they are saying here is, see, mango and jackfruit, they have few common maturity indices like aroma, color, etc. And here they are saying maturity index of jackfruit which is not as mango, and the correct answer here is dull and hollow sound. Aroma, it's same for both. Color, same for both. So the only thing that differs is dull and hollow sound. So friends, these are the jackfruit trees of which we were talking about its maturity index. And the three major maturity indices of jackfruit are, first is color. The color gets lightened when it reaches the maturity. Second, it's aroma. It is, very highly or richly aromatic when it matures. And third, dull and hollow sound when we pat hardly on the this fruit. So friends, here comes the answer to homework question section, and here the question says black soils are rich in which type of clay mineral? And friends, kindly note, this was asked in in one of the previous years NABARD grade A exam, and the correct answer is montmorillonite. This is the type of clay mineral that is more present in black soils, that is, which is 2:1 type of clay mineral. And black soils, it is the second largest group of soils after alluvial soils, and this this is mainly present in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. And these black soils, they are formed from vertisol soil order. We have various soil orders, of which black soil belong to vertisol. And in Maharashtra, this particular black soil, it is derived from Deccan Trap, that is from the Deccan Plateau, that part, which is called as Regur or black cotton soil. This is a dark, that's the reason the black in color, that's the reason black cotton soil or black soils. And fine grain with high clay content. And this is also called as late soils, because whenever moisture is applied or whenever water is applied, it is moistened sufficiently only in the later period of the season. Why? Because of its lower permeability, because of its high clay content, less permeability. Because of that, the moistening capacity, it takes more time for the entire soil to get moistened. That's the reason this is also called as late soils. So friends, here comes the homework question. Here the question says, which types of fruits is called as stone fruits? See, there are various types of fruits when we go into horticulture, like pome, pepo, so many types. So of which, the type of fruit is also called as stone fruit. So friends, thank you very much for your patient listening. If you have any doubts regarding to this particular video, request you to kindly send us a mail on hello@edutab.co.in, or you can call us at 8146207241 as well. Not only that, even if you have any queries related to any course or features of any course, you can always write to us or call to us. Thank you very much once again.